So now we're going to learn about the background position property and the background origin property. And so again, these are properties that apply to the background image. And when it comes to setting your background, you could set the background color, you could set a background image, and then all these other properties apply to the background image. Repeat, size, position, origin. Do you want the image repeating? What's the size of the image? Where do you want to position the image? Do you want to position it here? Do you want to position it there? Where do you want to position it? And then origin is where does the image start and where does it end? Like from where to where is the origin thing. Not a good name, right? But anyhow, that's what they named it. And so you could say I want it to go from, and they use the content, they use the box model to describe from where to where. I want it just to be for my content. So you'd set that to content box. It'd go from one side of your content box to the other side of your content box. Or you could set it to padding box. Go from one side of my padding to the other side of my padding and across everything in between. Or you could set it to border box and go from one side of my border to the other side of my border and across everything in between. So that's what background origin, crappy name, that's what it means. So you could read all that just to let it sink in. I kind of wrote that out right here in my own words, because if you go, so pause the video, read it. All right. In my own words, because if you go and you look at MDN's description of background position, well, it's okay. Right? Sets the initial position for each defined background image. Like, really? What's not defined? If it's a background image, it's a background image. And then here, this one is horrible for background origin. Determines the background positioning area, that is the position of the origin of an image specified using the background image CSS product. It's like, that did not help me. So let's see them in action, because if you're anything like me, that's when it really sinks in when you watch it and you're like, oh, okay, totally get it. That wasn't hard. So background position, let's just open some of these up. Ba-bam. Ba-bam. And the first one here, we have a bunch of hellos. And the dog's over there on the right. Let's look at the CSS. Split vertically. Split me vertically. Image. No repeat. Center. There it is. And it's on the body, right? And what is the body looking like? There we go. And so body is a block level element, takes up as much height as necessary to contain its content, and stretches all the way across, takes up as much width as possible. So my dog is centered, background position, center, background repeat, no repeat. So center is the new one, right? And we didn't set background size, so it just goes to auto, its normal size. So the next one, what do we got? We have a dog in the center of a div, so let's look at that CSS. I'm going to click over there and then click here. And that opens it over here. Width, height of my div, border, background image, background repeat, background position, center. So same deal. And then on the last one, let me open this one, CSS. And then here's the last HTML. And here I've used position and I've said 300 pixels, 10 pixels. So again, X, Y, 300 over on the X-axis, 10 down on the y-axis, so you can position your dog like that. So that's it for background position. Now let's look at background origin. So position is just positioning your dog, positioning your image. Close all. And now background origin. And I described it right there. You probably didn't see that. But background origin, from where to where does the picture start and end? And so here I probably have that set to content box, right? Because there's my content. One side of my content, the other side of my content. The text is my content. So the dog is right behind the content. That could be really useful because it's a nice look, because I've got a clean border right here between the dog's tail and there, and between the dog's nose and here. So that's content. Where is it? Background content box. So we could change that. Oh, cool. I already have them here. And I could go to padding box and watch the dog go to the padding, right? Went across from one edge of the padding to the other edge of the padding. And I could change that, and I could go to my border, and now he's going to go tail to nose across the border. So that's what that one does. All right. I don't have anything else to say about that. Background position, positions it. Background origin, it determines like from where to where do you want your image starting and ending, right? Do you want it to cover the content? Do you want it to cover the from padding edge to padding edge, or from border edge to border edge? I wish I had more to say. I really do. I kind of feel like telling you a story, but I don't want to sit here for a few minutes and try to figure one out. So I will see you in the next video where I'm going to proselytize to you about not using the shorthand technique.